I am hanging out in Weissport, Pennsylvania, at the canal. You can walk all the way up this canal along the Lehigh River up to the little tourist town of Jim Thorpe. But I figured I would stay here and make a video of some of these ducks. Who don't like that I'm filming them, apparently, because they're running away or swimming away. Fleeing, I guess, is the universal term. We are at the D&L Trail, Delaware and Lehigh, in the Weissport Lehigh Canal Park, along the river, the Lehigh River. It's called the Delaware and Lehigh because it follows the Lehigh River down to the Delaware River, and then travels along the Delaware River south all the way down to Bristol, down by New Hope. As you can see, it's 4.2 miles to Jim Thorpe. I don't think I'll be doing that today. I've done it before, to Jim Thorpe and back, and that's a nice walk. 8.4 miles along the canal here. And actually, this would be a wonderful day to do it. It's a really nice bike ride if you have a bike. It's a really nice bike ride. You can ride up or walk up to Jim Thorpe, maybe get some wings, and a beer if you partake. I don't partake in the alcoholic beverages anymore, but if you do, Jim Thorpe is a nice place to go to get a drink, to get some food. It cannot be overstated how nice of a walk this place is. Nice and flat, well-maintained trail that goes further than Jim Thorpe. You can walk over 100 miles on this trail. It's a great trail. The D&L Canal Path is one of the best trails to walk in Pennsylvania, in my opinion. And I've walked on a lot of them. But it's a great way to spend a day, to spend a morning, to spend an afternoon. The D&L Canal Path. As you can see over here, not too far from the trailhead where I was first filming the ducks, you have the rafting company setting up their rafts. It's not a particularly sunny or warm day today. It's a bit windy and it's a Monday, so I would imagine they're not going to have a huge amount of business today, but I've already come out here and there's just dozens of rafts floating down this river. And I don't know exactly where they go to, but it's the Lehigh River, so this flows all the way to Easton, Pennsylvania. And from there, you could take it south on the Delaware River. If you'd like, you can go to this place called the Boatyard, Lehighton, PA. Looks like they got burgers, wings, and beer. Can't beat that. They got Sunday breakfast, entertainment, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and they are accessible from the D&L Trail. wild grapes. Nice vine of wild grapes. Pretty tasty. Kind of hard for me to reach any of these though. Even though I'm zooming in, they're not particularly close. So I was able to reach one of the grapes along that vine. And I bit into it, and it really wasn't that great. It was pretty sour, and the skin was kind of tough. So I didn't eat it, but I did bite into it just to taste what it tasted like. I mean, you know, if you were really hungry and hadn't had food for a while and you found those grapes, you'd probably be pretty happy. They weren't that bad, but for me, who can just go to the supermarket and buy some really good grapes, a pound of them for like $2.99, and I do that a lot, actually. I love grapes, and I'm even particular at the supermarket. I'll only buy them if they're like really good, optimal grapes. I feel like I'm like a connoisseur of supermarket grapes. I will only buy them if they're nice and firm, but like thin skin and have a nice tartness to them. I like the red grapes the best. Second choice would be the green or white grapes. And I never buy purple grapes. And that's what those were. They were purple grapes. But that's kind of strange to me that they were so sour, because when you buy purple grapes at the store, they tend to be the sweetest ones. They don't really usually have a sour, any tartness to them. So that's enough about grapes. I haven't walked this trail in about a year, possibly 2 years, and this is new. In that time, this was built. And previously, this part of the river would occasionally become somewhat flooded out. And so they've built this little, dam / walkway to mitigate that from happening, which is nice. And what it's done down here is create like a nice little wetlands area. And this is beautiful. This is new, to me at least. And this is beautiful that this has been done. Got a nice little creek down in there that flows to the Lehigh River over that way. So that when the canal overflows, you don't have a big muddy mess all around here. And here we have a little offshoot trail called the River Trail. You can see by that sign on that tree. And we're going to take this today. I've walked down this before, and I forget if it actually goes to the river. If it does, it would have to cross this body of water, this like semi-canal, this creek between the canal and the river. And this area could be overgrown because we're in the heart of the summer. It's been somewhat rainy this summer and hot. So we have like Pennsylvania jungle conditions going on here. Not always ideal for walking. But we're going to take it anyway and see where it leads us. retrospect, walking down that river trail was kind of a mistake. It was kind of buggy and overgrown and got webs all over me, webs of whatever. And the payoff at the river was not the best view or anything. It was just kind of like a boring little spot in the river. But it is what it is, and now I'm making my way back. And we are back to where we started. Some people are now feeding the ducks, and we will keep our distance, but we will see some of this feeding of the ducks from over here. And we have one little duck that was kind of swimming towards us. And there's that cool looking duck. Star of the film right here.